Okay, state your name and age.
My name's Chrissy, and I am 47 this year.
So I'm Lisa Howell, and I'm 42 years old.
My name is Noel, and I come from a generation that considered it still rude to ask a person their age. I'm 38.
Mike Mason, 46.
I remember back in the day, Gen Xers were kind of labeled as lazy and not really going anywhere, didn't know what we were. I think that's baloney.
I think Gen Xers are stereotyped as cynical. We're the television generation. We grew up babysat by the TV, and I think that's a pretty typical stereotype of us.
I think somebody who's probably in their prime earning years, raising a family, like I am, and definitely it would definitely be a fit, I think, of what I do for sure.
Local and global news, combination of social media and internet news sites like Castanet and things like that.
Probably mostly from Facebook. I do watch the news every now and then, so global news.
Local, Castanet. Global, probably MSN or CNN.
I try to really pray through a lot of things because I feel like the news today is just, I'm not sure what's truth anymore. Mm-hmm. And I try to filter it through, pray a lot. I have a lot of my own feelings. I get frustrated. Mm-hmm. So I do listen to things, but I'm very skeptical.
The most important things to me are my relationship with Christ, my family, making sure that my family's provided for. Family
would definitely be one of the most important things to me. My relationship with God and my music.
Being a role model to my children, being a role model to younger generation in the church, and really offering a listening ear. I find as a Gen Xer that I want to listen more than talk.
Family, God, definitely most important to me because it's, what I do in my relationship with God obviously goes out everywhere and everything I do. And my family is super important to me. I love my family. Church is
a gathering of people. It's like a family. Coming together with the same goal of worshiping God and being together as Christ followers.
Church to me is community. It's really just, it's obviously being fed as well through worship and through the message. But it's also just, really focusing on that missions part of it is really what I enjoy about church.
Church to me is people. It's coming together. It's enjoying time with other people who are like-minded. It's working towards a common goal.
My favorite thing about church would be the relationships that we have with people in the church.
Community, yeah.
My favorite thing about church is people. And the more you get to know people, the more you get to understand how God made each one of us so different.
Favorite thing about our church is obviously the people and relationships, but number 2 would be that we're a mission-focused church. Absolutely.
One of the things that would frustrate me about church is the busyness of the schedule. So sometimes it feels like church can be a black hole. There's so many things that need to get done or feel like they need to be done that it kind of sucks your time.
I think the thing that frustrates me the most about church is when people come to the church and people don't surround them. Everybody gets caught in their own little group, their own little clique, and people kind of get lost by the wayside.
Okay, cliques. And not feeling like I can be who I truly am,
To me, the ideal church is equal parts outreach and inreach. It's taking care of the people who are coming in, and it's going out and bringing people in.
Community, eating together, hopefully being able to be who I really am, be real and authentic. Definitely what I would strive for.
I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. If I picture what church should be, we're a church that reaches out to our community, reaches out to our world, and just the fact that my heart is missional based, I think we're doing a good job of that. So when I think of church, I think of Emmanuel.
Things that help me follow Jesus closer are inspirational teaching and leading by ministers I respect.
Helping other people too. anytime you get an opportunity to help somebody, or even in conversation with coworkers, anything like that, when something gets, that conversation leads towards things of faith or things of spiritual value, then that also helps me.
I think knowing my own humanity and knowing how much I need God in my life, a desire for God, I think.
Cross. When I think of what Jesus did for me and the struggles that I go through in life, and the times that I'm down, the times that I feel like maybe the enemy's getting a hold of me, I just think of that cross, and I just picks me back up.
I think the church could learn more about what drives the Generation Xers, build relationships, and target the things that drive us.
I think the church is doing great for my generation. There was a time before we had the men's group on Wednesday night that I thought a men's group would have been a really good idea. But that, has been successful, and a lot of guys come out to it. It's helped a lot of guys through difficulties and difficult times.
What gives me hope for the future? I think the best thing that I can say is when I see my children singing songs about Jesus, things that I see younger people coming to Christ and learning about him and enjoying him in their own unique way.
Kids, I see that, my kids are very honest, and just watching them and seeing, oh, it's not so bad, they're turning out, pretty good. That gives me hope, definitely.